This is the new HM004G from Makita, the new demo hammer. This was shown off at World of Concrete last year, you will recall. And it's an XGT tool, but it's an 80 volt one. XGT times 2, one battery here, one battery there. This thing is a beast. You know the tools are getting serious when they put safety belts on them. Now, this thing weighs a whopping 25 kgs before you put the batteries in. Once you put the batteries in, you're going to be adding up to another 4 kgs if you're sticking in the 8 amp hour batteries, which I would recommend because you don't get a lot of runtime with this thing. You get about 20 minutes with 2 8 amp hour batteries. This has an impact energy of 78.2 joules. It has AWS up here on the top, so you can hook it up to a vac to suck up all the dust via this hose. The tool uses 28mm hex bits like this. The plastic parts are PA6 with 30% glass. If we take a look under the battery compartments, we can see there's some tiny LED lights. Can't imagine they'd do much, unless of course they are some sort of battery indicator. As well as putting out similar amounts of hitting force to the AC model, it also fits on the AC model's trolley, and it delivers 870 impacts a minute and is made in Japan. I guess it's now time to put some batteries on this thing and see if I can find some concrete I can destroy. Right, I found some concrete to destroy, but I should probably put on some pants and maybe even some steel cap boots.
Whoever put this slab of concrete underneath a big tree didn't do me any favours, that's for sure. Right, that wasn't in the easiest location to smash up due to this whopping great tree right above it. Couldn't get in on very good angles, plus the softness of the ground underneath was dampening some of the impacts, unfortunately. But make sure if you're going to use this thing, you have your Wheat Bix beforehand. Or if you're in the UK, your Weetabix. Or if you're in the US, I guess a breakfast pizza or something with marshmallows on it. Right, I'll smash that up a little bit more and then I can remove it. Now if we take a look at the business end, this tool takes 2 different types of bits. It can take the ones with the collar on them or the ones that don't have the collar, such as this one here that just has a recess, a bit taken out, and they slot in the top. But before this will slot in, we need to lift this up because we've got a cam in here which goes into that groove. So we lift that up and then line our groove up with the cam like so, and then lock it down like that. It now can't come out, and that's your hammer action. And don't forget to grease her up every now and again. If you have bits with a collar, you will need to leave this in that orientation so that the collar stops the bit from coming out on the tool here. These are steel cap boots too, by the way. Now I don't know if you noticed from any of the footage, but it's got like a soft start. So when you first put your chisel down and you push down on your trigger, if you're not sort of pushing down on the tool, it's just gently sort of does a bit of a tappy tap.
and then when you sort of fully push the tool down, as you can see, it moves quite a bit. Once you start sort of putting a bit of pressure on it, away she goes, she ramps up. And then of course when you lift it and release the pressure, it's not hammering away like crazy. Whisker. On the top of the unit you have a power button that turns on, green light there saying it's on, and that's also the battery gauge. When your battery starts getting low, that'll flash red. Also flashing red over here on the side is a little wrench, which is a maintenance one. So when you get to about 45 hours of runtime, that'll start flashing. Once you get to 50 hours, it'll go solid, I do believe. It tells you all about that in the manual, how to reset it and everything. There's your AWS, turn that on, you know how to do that presumably. I'll show you the dust collection in just a moment. But once you have turned it on, you of course operate it with the trigger on the handle. So the trigger's on the right handle, although you could spin it around the other way like it is now and use it with the left handle. I used it on the right, of course, because I'm right-handed, but the tool is designed so it's basically the same either side, so you're all good left or right-handed. And the power button, it doesn't time out really quickly. You'll be glad to know it will stay on for I don't know how long. I'm guessing it's 5 minutes. It stays on for a long time anyway. If you're moving it around, putting it down, picking it up, you don't have to keep pushing it, and it turns on and off easy anyway. You don't have to hold it down for a long length of time, as you can see. But what do you do with this thing when it's not concrete smashing season? Well, you could try doing this with it. Woohoo! Makita log splitter. Buried in the ground. Ugh. This thing is damn heavy. Well, that works a treat. Although, I think it might be easier just to use an axe. That was fun, got to feel the vibrations doing that. Now, it may not be the most practical firewood splitter, but if you've got one of those days where there's nothing for the apprentice to do, or he's been pissing you off and you just want to teach him a bit of a lesson, you could get him splitting your firewood for you. So, you know, 20 minutes runtime sounds pretty short, but that's if you just constantly got your hand on the trigger just running it the whole damn time. But I'm too weak and old to be doing that. Because this thing weighs a lot. Now, I said at the beginning 25 kgs. It's actually about, well, just over 28 kgs without your chisel, without your batteries. Once you've got it all fully loaded up, you're actually having to lift 32 kgs each time your bloody breaker goes through that concrete. You got to heave up another 32 kgs, up another 6-8 inches, however it is that it's driven down into the ground. And that gets pretty tiring. The vibration of it is pretty darn good. But the weight, whew, she's not good for your back, particularly seeing as I'm recovering from a tweaked back. Probably shouldn't have been doing this, but thankfully so far, back's okay. My tennis elbow, not particularly happy, but much better than I thought it would be on the vibration front. When it comes to your dust collection, stick that over your chisel, and then you have this, which you wrap around the top up here, clip on. That'll help keep the bottom in play, like so. Hook the other end, of course, up to your vac, your AWS vac. It'll turn on every time you pull the trigger on this thing, and that'll hopefully suck up something. Wasn't much good with the stuff I was doing, of course, so I didn't bother. You need a nice smooth flat concrete surface for that to be much chop, and even then it's only going to get some real fine stuff. Most of the stuff's still going to go all over the place, I would assume. But it is an option if you are required to use it on site. Now, in this part of the world, that dust extraction unit is an optional accessory. What you will get with this in this part of the world is the AWS chip and the ball point that I've got on it right now. They come as standard, as well as a hex wrench. But the trolley, the dust extraction hose, all other sort of scaling bits and different cold chisel bits, they're all optional accessories.
Oh, and of course I didn't talk about that. It's got AVT, anti-vibration technology. It's a very hard tool to get framed decently in a video because it's too damn tall. And it's very heavy to lug around as well. I think I'm almost done with this video, you know, because this thing is just so heavy. I'd love to smash up a lot more concrete. I sort of eyed up a few places where I was going to do it, but boy oh boy, it's just so damn heavy, and I don't want to push my luck any further with my back at the moment. So thanks for watching, guys. That's the HM004G in the States. I'm guessing it's gonna be the GMH, I don't know what number you guys are up to. And my takeaway from it is, yeah, it does the job well. Good vibration dampening for going into your body. But boy oh boy, it's heavy. If you're using that all day, you are gonna pay. And as for runtime, well, I never got to run it anywhere near long enough, as you can see. But they reckon about 950 kgs of concrete you can break up. How you work that out, I don't know, because it depends how big a chunk you're taking off each time, presumably. But that's what you can supposedly get out of 2 of these 8 amp hour batteries together. Anyway, I'm going to go drag this inside before it rains again and maybe go have a lie down. This is definitely the tool you want to give to the apprentice. If you can fob off doing concrete breaking jobs to somebody else, always do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Heaps more Makita videos here at the end. Thanks to my main supporters here, which will be coming up at the end as well. And I'll see you on the next one. There's so much more cool Makita stuff coming this year. I hope I'm going to be able to keep up, actually. Anyway, cheers. Crikey. That was close. We'll end it there. Look! There's a jandle in the grass. Caught myself a jandle. So the time was right.